Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and welcome back to the SportsStop here on WSJU Radio, the voice of St. John's University. I'm WSJU's own James Mitchell. Alongside me are my partners, Evan Maguire and Atticus George-Andrijeski. How's it going, fellas?
Pretty good. I'm a little tired.
Wow, that
today.
was so anticlimactic.
It was.
I entered with a bang, and then pretty good, yeah. I'm all right.
I'm pretty tired. I didn't go to sleep until like 4 or 5.
Yeah, you texted me.
Like that.
You texted me last night at 3 a.m. telling me that the Mets are at 500 after the win.
Yeah.
By the way, that game ended probably around 11:30.
Yeah.
So I mean, you waited a long time for that.
I was up doing a lot. I was writing an essay. One of our floor mates was over playing a bunch of Madden with other people, so that was interesting. They were playing for money.
Oh, so you were distracted.
I was distracted, and it was hard to fall asleep with them playing music and screaming about Madden anyway.
Oh yeah, I got you. Sometimes I have that problem. But that's all right. How about you, Evan? I see you have your Dunkin' Donuts coffee right there with you. How you doing?
It's actually almost already gone, so it's a little disappointing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
It is.
Boy. All right. We didn't do the news today. Next commercial break, I'm gonna look for that sound bite. But whatever. But the big news of the weekend. And of course, we start our show off with top news. The big news of the weekend is Bubba Watson winning the 2014 Masters tournament, his second win in 3 years, his second green jacket.
Yep.
So, guys, you guys watch it at all?
No, I didn't get a chance to watch it.
I watched the Thursday, Friday, and I missed most of the weekend, but I was able to get home in time to watch Bubba on 17 and 18.
See, there you go. I mean, that's what's important.
The important parts.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Thursday, Friday, they had Phil there. Of course, Phil missed the cut. I think the cut was 4 over par. He had 5 over, so he just missed it.
On Saturday and Sunday without Phil and Tiger, it's not the same.
Of course, it's not. The
rating showed it.
Yeah, the rating showed it. America knows that it's not the same.
I think it was like the lowest ratings, in I don't know how long.
Yeah, probably around 19 years since Tiger Woods did make the Masters.
Exactly.
That's probably the reason why I didn't watch it. I mean, I was also busy. I had other things to do. But if I wasn't so busy, I might have taken a little bit more time to sit down and watch a bit of the Masters if Tiger was playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just makes it more interesting.
He does, yeah.
I mean, I do love Bubba Watson. He is actually my second favorite golfer. But me not being a huge golf fan, it's not saying a whole lot.
I was very proud that I actually picked Bubba to win. I said it at first as a joke, and I was like, Bubba can actually win this.
Yeah, he could. But, of course, he was up against Jordan Spieth. Spieth?
Spieth.
Apologize, Jordan. Jordan Spieth, who's a 20-year-old kid.
I mean,
Evan and I are older than him.
Yeah. And we're in college still.
Yeah, we're in college talking about him as he's out there
making millions of dollars.
Coming in second in the Masters.
Making bank.
It's true. He had a great first 9.
Oh,
Spieth did. He was actually ahead of Bubba.
Yeah, he was -3 on the front 9, I think.
Yeah.
And he was tearing it up, and then he lost it on one hole, and it carried over.
Yeah, definitely. And Bubba found himself on the back 9. So, I mean, it just goes to show you there's 18 holes, not just 9. No, but yeah, it was a great tournament. Of course, it was Bubba's second green jacket in 3 years. Of course, Adam Scott won it last year, the Aussie. Yeah, this is the first year he got to celebrate it with his kid. His wife.
I love that when Bubba Jr., I don't know what his name is.
Caleb?
Yeah,
Caleb.
I like Bubba Jr.
Caleb is just like a ordinary name. You got Bubba Watson.
Caleb is not ordinary.
Caleb is very ordinary compared to Bubba.
All right, Bubba's a nickname. That's not his first name.
I know, but they gotta get him a clever nickname.
I don't know, but you think Caleb's ordinary?
Yeah, I think Caleb's really ordinary.
I know one other Caleb. I know of one other Caleb.
Isn't it a Bible? Is it a Bible name?
I have no idea.
I feel like it's a Bible name, which makes it ordinary to me.
That's knowledge.
It makes it. No way. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe Joshua or Joseph. But Caleb, just because it's in the Bible, doesn't make it ordinary. You don't see many Moseses walking around here, Atticus.
Actually, there is a Moses on campus.
There is?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Moses, from St. John's University. I mean, you see Jesuses. They're not Jesuses.
Yeah,
It's not a common name. Just because it's in the Bible doesn't mean it's common.
Caleb seems like a very ordinary name to me. There's no like.
How many Calebs do you know?
I know a couple.
A couple.
How
many people do you know?
How many people do I know?
Yes.
A lot.
Okay, so out of how many people you know, what is the percentages of Calebs you know?
But what is the percentages of like James that I know?
I don't know. Only you know that.
I think that's more. That's a lot more than Caleb.
Probably.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I do know Caleb's.
How many? 2?
I don't know. I can't think of this.
Go on your Facebook
That's
page.
what I'm doing right now.
Go on your Facebook page, see how many Calebs you have as friends, and then get back to us. So, yep, Bubba wins.
But I enjoyed Bubba Jr. coming out and just walking to his dad on 18.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I
they had
very
the
much
perfect camera angle with that, too.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
All right.
I'm very surprised that Bubba didn't tear up a little bit more right then, too.
Oh, yeah, me too. Cause he's very emotional. He's a crybaby. Go ahead with your Caleb.
I only have one friend named Caleb.
See, okay, there you go.
But when you look up Caleb, there are plenty of Calebs with mutual friends. I'm only friends with one of them.
All right. So yeah, Masters tournament. Some people, want to say there's an asterisk because Tiger wasn't there for the first time in 20 years.
It's still not an asterisk.
Yeah, it's still not an asterisk.
The Masters still did happen.
That's just stupid. There's nothing compared to like putting an asterisk next to Barry Bonds or anything.
Yeah, he had 8 under. He was 8 under throughout the tournament, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Oh yeah, it's terrific. What else is a top story that we had here? I gotta find it now. Oh, there she goes. All right, let's talk a little bit about the 49ers. A lot of things going on with them off the field.
Alden Smith.
He was... Where was he? San Diego Airport? No. I forget what airport he was in. But he jokingly put out a bomb threat or something like that. Or he talked at an airport. LAX, Los Angeles International. So... and that, he was arrested, and honestly, that could be up to a year in prison. Of course, you don't ever see athletes really go to jail.
Plaxico did.
Plaxico did.
Mike Vick did.
Mike Vick did.
Idiot.
But I mean, those were over a year offenses. See, this is just
they're
a
both
year.
like 2 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not sure if he's going to go to jail, but I mean, he might not be picked up. He might be dropped by the 49ers. The guy has a world of talent.
Yeah, he's an incredible player.
He's one of the best pass rushers in the league. He's honestly, probably 2 seasons ago, he was probably the guy on that defense. I mean, you had Willis.
Patrick Willis.
Patrick Willis. He's always the face of that.
The entire defense is stacked, and Alden Smith was one of the key guys rushing the passer, finishing second in the league in sacks a couple years ago, and now he's doing this stuff, and it's just
what did he do before this? He did something else.
I think he had a drug charge.
Yeah, he had a drug charge.
Or there was something.
Yeah, he went to rehab during the year. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that was in the beginning of the year. And also Colin Kaepernick. Now he's in a sexual assault investigation.
Yeah. And down in Miami.
Yeah.
He was hanging out with a wide receiver on
Ricardo Lockett from the Seattle Seahawks.
And
really?
And a 49er.
Yeah.
Those are 3 of them hanging out.
Yeah, who was the other 49er that he was hanging out with?
I think it was Patton.
I'm not sure.
I think I read that it was Patton.
That story was broken by, I believe, TMZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Which questions the reliability a bit.
I mean, but they always seem to find dirt on people. Like, they're sort of like Deadspin. You never know what to believe from them because it's a tabloid. But, they find the facts, and, some of their stories, they're not rumors anymore.
It was Kaepernick, 49ers receiver Quentin Patton, and Seattle receiver Ricardo Lockett.
Yeah.
I find it funny that the Seattle Seahawks.
I mean, Ricardo Lockett is pretty awful. he doesn't do much, but he did have a catch in the Super Bowl.
See, there you go. Good for him.
Yeah.
I think the entire team did.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they definitely did.
And nobody from the Broncos did, but that's another story. Now, what they're saying that the woman accusing him of this is saying that she drugged him or something like that.
Yeah, she doesn't remember she doesn't remember a huge gap, and then
right, and then
accused him off that.
Right.
Now we got to remember that she has had prior sexual relations with Kaepernick too.
Really?
She was a partner with Kaepernick before this, and so she was invited over to their hotel to have some fun, to make some drinks.
I think they were at Lockett's house.
Or they were somebody's house.
She accused him of smoking marijuana, and then going into the bedroom, and then she doesn't remember much.
Apparently, you dance with Mary Jane, you get your toe stepped on.
Apparently, she went into the bedroom because she was feeling a little woozy or whatever. And, either Ricardo Lockett or whatever, or Quentin Patton came in. She was like, "Where's Cap?" And then she doesn't... Oh, and then they left. And then Cap came, and then she doesn't really remember anything from that point on.
It's kind of just weird allegations.
Yeah, it's weird allegations.
When I read it, it was questionable.
It's a very weak story. It reminds me of the Jameis Winston story, in a way, which we all know he was acquitted of.
Right.
Or not charged, I should say.
Not charged.
Yeah.
Now, there's so much circumstantial evidence with that, too. I mean, it just seems like with all athletes, everything turns into circumstantial evidence these days. They always get the benefit of the doubt, it just seems like.
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, we'll see about that. We'll see what goes on with Kaepernick. I don't think that's as big of a story as Alden Smith, though.
Oh, no, absolutely
not.
Because,
I don't think so. Yeah.
I mean, this guy's just an idiot right now.
He has such a bright future, and he's just
throwing it away.
Yeah,
he's throwing it away.
I couldn't think of that word.
I mean, he's an anchor on that defense.
Definitely is.
That's one of the best defenses in the NFL right now.
Yeah, you could argue that it is the best defense.
Ooh, I don't think you can make that argument after that Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's a slight argument.
Yeah,
it's an argument.
I would
give
them second best defense right now because they were able to.
If they're second,
even if
it's
they
still
were
arguable.
Even if everyone knew they were the best, you would still say they were second best.
Yeah,
you would.
No,
dude.
no, that's not even true because I'm a Raiders fan first, and then a Seahawks fan.
But if you're a Seahawks fan, you're going to hate the Niners regardless.
And if you're
when I'm a
Raiders fan,
I'm a Seahawks and Raiders fan.
Yeah, so you're double hating on the Niners.
I do love Kaepernick. I will have to put that out there. But when you have the best, arguably the best offense of all time with Peyton Manning, where he throws for 54 touchdowns and 4,400 yards or whatever he threw for.
Astronomical numbers. Was blowing teams out. Walked through the playoffs there. And then to get to the Seahawks defense and then to completely shut him down. That has to easily be the best defense in the league. I don't know how any defense could be better than that. No, go ahead.
People like ESPN were ranking the top 5 defenses of all time. They put the 2013 Seahawks second, right below the 1985
Bears, of course. Call in with your thoughts at 78990-3SJU. That's 78990-3758. Or you can tweet at us at SportsStop WSJU. We talk about the top stories right now. If you want to talk about golf, hit us up. If you want to talk about the 49ers, hit us up. Do whatever you want. But yeah, we always love to hear from loyal listeners out there, whether it is via the interwebs or the phone connection, phone waves. So yeah, we got that. Also, this is very personal news, but I want to share it with everybody. They said I couldn't do it. They said it couldn't be done. But after 25 long weeks, 25 long weeks, my commitment has paid off. Guys, I have won my fantasy basketball league.
Oh my God. Round of applause.
Thank you. So I don't know if he's listening or not, but this is very personal. Chris Campbell, take that, all right? Yeah, well, I guess tonight is the last night, but it's all locked up. I mean, I'm up 5-4 in the categorical thing, but the categories I'm winning in, they're by triple digits. So
I really hope that he somehow catches you tonight.
No, he's not catching me.
You almost called me in fantasy baseball last year. So.
Okay, listen, I was down by like 2 home runs there.
No,
he is down by 200 points.
You were down by like 4 home runs going into that last game.
That's true.
And you almost came
Okay,
back.
okay, listen here.
So you got to be careful.
He only needs 30 steals.
Yeah, he only needs 30 steals. Yeah. He only needs 105 assists. And he only needs 229 rebounds to catch me.
Guess
or
what?
9
that
blocks.
Can happen.
He could get 9 blocks.
No. I'm behind in blocks.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Never mind then.
Check that out. Yeah, I'm good. Or you can get 13 double-doubles.
So what happens if some guy goes for 30 with 4 guys go for 30 rebounds? I mean, you're screwed.
Does he have Kevin Love?
That's also without me doing anything. That's also if I bench all my players.
Your guys probably will sit out the last game.
No, I don't think so.
That's what makes me a little sad about tonight.
Griffin's sitting out.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin's sitting out, but that's all right.
The games don't really mean much tonight.
Yeah, no, they
disappointing. There's no real the one good game was Sunday. Was it Sunday night? I think it was Sunday night. Memphis and Phoenix. No, that was Monday night. Memphis and Phoenix. Where Memphis was the 8th seed. Suns were the 9th seed or 9th place team.
Is that still down by like the 7, 8, 9 like a half game now? Between all of them out west?
I know Grizzlies officially made the playoffs because they were 1 game up on the Suns. They were 8th. Suns were 9th. And the Suns lost that game. Barely lost that game. It was a really hard-fought game. Lost that game, and then that makes them 2 games back, and there's only 1 game left. So they're out. I think every team is set right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 1 game left for most teams anyways tonight.
Yeah, we'll be talking about the NBA a little bit later, but news is this is going to be Carmelo Anthony's first season without a playoff team.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I
mean, does it really matter, though? He gets knocked out in the first round every year anyway.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, he at least made it.
Yeah, but he would make the playoffs and get swept in 4, lose in 5.
The T-Mac syndrome.
But how about that Phil Jackson impact that everyone was hoping for?
No.
Phil Jackson.
No, wait, no.
Doesn't make the playoffs.
No. That can't be on him. That can't be on him.
That's definitely not on him.
No, that's on the Knicks fans expecting it to happen.
I mean, okay, that can't be a realistic thought.
In Knicks fans, it is.
You've been bad all year. Phil Jackson is not going to make it better from his booth up there in the front office.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
But Knicks fans believed it.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's crazy. How the Spurs? The Spurs are on a losing streak right now.
That's because no one's playing for them.
One.
No, they've been benching everybody left and right.
Yeah, of course, because they locked up the best. They have the best record in all of basketball, right? They locked that sucker up.
Yeah, by a long shot too.
Yeah,
I think right now Popovich, in order to avoid the fine issues, because remember last year he was fined for benching his big 3.
But see, I think he was only fined for that because it was on TNT or ESPN or something like that. It was a nationally televised game against the Heat. And I guess, David Stern and the NBA office has said, hey, you can't do that. This is our moneymaker. Yeah. This is one of the games of the season, and everybody's looking forward to it, and you're benching your players, so smack you with a fine there.
Which is why I love Popovich. He's like, I don't care. My players are tired. They need to rest.
He never cares.
Yeah, he never cares.
Which is why I love him.
I love his interviews.
Yeah, his interviews are amazing.
Great.
I love his third quarter interviews and his after the game press conferences.
Play hard.
Yeah, and then he'll just walk away. Or they'll ask him at the third quarter, coming out of halftime, they'll be like, what does your team need to do better?
Shoot better.
And he's like, play better. And then he'll walk away.
You can't not like that. That's great.
I'm sure the media is kind of sick of that. But
I'm pretty sure
nobody cares about the
media.
I'm
pretty sure they do rock, paper, scissors to see who's going to interview him and have to try and deal with it and try and pull something out.
I think that they kind of enjoy it now, though, because you know what you're going to expect when you get to Popovich.
And then it's a competition to see if you can get something more than 4 words out of him.
Yeah. He's actually He's my favorite coach out there right now. I love Popovich.
Does Vegas have an over-under on the amount of words he'll use in an interview?
They definitely should. That would be a good prop bet for when they make it to the finals.
That would be. Seriously.
And then win.
We'll bring that up with Mr. Trump and Mr. Win out there in Vegas.
Do you guys remember last year when I think it was Game 4, Game 5, Manu Ginobili was sucking out there, and then he hits that late 3 to win the game, and Popovich said in the press conference after game press conference or the post game press conference, he was like, I went from wanting to kill him to wanting to run out on the court and dive and hug him.
I can't picture Popovich doing that though.
Yeah, seriously.
Just try and picture Popovich diving and just midair, just like yes. Can you picture it?
Can we find a picture of it?
Probably not.
Atticus, that's your job.
Okay.
Look up Popovich diving.
That's not Photoshop. That's
even if it is Photoshop, that'd be great. The first picture is like him with his mother or something like that.
That's definitely not Popovich.
Yeah, that's
not.
That's not Popovich.
Right?
That's a happy.
See, try Greg Popovich.
Yeah.
I mean, every single picture is pretty much the same facial expression. There's no change.
No, yeah, seriously.
No.
There's no change.
I like that one a
That
lot.
is his happy face right
He's not
there.
a happy camper.
No.
Oh, wait, there's a smile.
Wait, where's that?
There's the smile.
Oh, there it
Smiling
is.
in one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's so elusive that, when it comes out,
It's
it's amazing.
But yeah, a majority of these pictures are him, arms crossed, disappointed and frustrated looking. But that's what makes a good coach, I guess. Any other top news? Top stories?
I don't know.
Anything?
I don't remember.
Not a whole lot, no.
Yeah, it was a busy week. I mean,
Yeah.
for us.
It was actually a very busy week.
Yeah. So
The break? Well, the breaks probably started for you guys, right?
no,
No,
I
I got class today.
I have a
Okay,
class
we all
at
have class
7
today,
o'clock
then.
tonight.
I have class today that I'm probably going to leave early from. Head home.
So there you go. Nope, I have a 7 o'clock class, so I'm going to be leaving tomorrow morning.
I think I'm watching a movie in my class, so.
Oh, good for you. I'm not. All right, next on the agenda is going to be the next segment, which is NHL. Of course, the playoffs are about to start, so you don't want to miss our analysis. Also, a legendary figure has left his city, so there's more about that right after the break. So stick around on the SportsStop here on WSJU Radio, the voice of St. John's University.
You're listening to the WSJU Sports Update, giving you up-to-the-minute stats, scores, and news.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is 11:27 here on the SportsStop here on WSJU Radio. And here's your sports news of the day. Bubba Watson won the Masters tournament this past weekend. This was his second green jacket victory in 3 years. Yesterday, the MLB honored Jackie Robinson 67 years after his historic debut with the Brooklyn Dodgers. Every player and coach wore the number 42 on the field last night, except for those games that were postponed because we had a massive rainstorm up and down the East Coast, including the Yankees, who were rained out, so they'll be playing a day-night doubleheader against the Chicago Cubbies today. The NBA season is coming to an end, and the New York Knicks have been eliminated from the playoffs. This is the first time in Carmelo Anthony's career that he hasn't made the playoffs with the team. The NHL playoffs are all set, with the Anaheim Ducks being the number 1 seed out of the Western Conference, and the Boston Bruins being the number 1 seed out of the Eastern Conference. Boston also has won the President's Trophy, which is given to them because they had the best record in the regular season. And in NFL news, free agent running back Chris Johnson visited the New York Jets the other day. He has yet to find a team to play for next season. The Youth at Risk video competition, there's a prize for a winner, which will be tickets to YAR fundraiser on May 9th, meet and greet with celebrity judges, and video performed at the event. Their video performed at the event and the Battle of the Voices. People have to submit a 3 to 5 minute video, feature the mission of the youth at risk, and post video on YouTube and send them the link at lockonriskleadership@gmail.com. It's due April 20th, so get that in. I'm James Mitchell, and that's your sports news of the day. Stick around for more of the Sports Stop here on WSJU Radio, the voice of St. John's University.
Welcome back to the Sports Stop.
Yes, we are. Don't fret. We are back in town. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, loyal listeners out there via the TuneIn app by searching WSJU, or on our website at wsjuradio.weebly.com, or you're downstairs in Marillac Cafeteria eating your breakfast, lunch, or brunch, whatever you choose to be eating.
Or
if
you're in the future and listening to a recorded version of this.
Very good. On the YouTube.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, see, there you go. On the YouTube at the SportsStop WSJU YouTube channel. Welcome back to our show. So the NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, and NHL playoffs are not underway yet, but they're right there.
NHL starting up tonight.
Yeah, the NHL starting up tonight. NBA season just ending tonight.
It is Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. Do you not know when our show is?
I do. But I was
looking
looking at the schedule and I was like, oh, I gotta wait another night until the NHL playoffs start.
No, they start tonight.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to talk about the NHL, but of course both the NHL and the NBA seasons are pretty much intertwined. They start at the same time, end at the same time.
I love this time of the year. You got baseball is hot. You only got 2 or 3 weeks into baseball, so teams are really starting to hit well. Pitchers are really starting to turn it on.
You're starting to see where each team is.
Yeah, where like the Mariners still on top.
Okay.
And then you got the NHL playoffs and the NBA playoffs. It's a fantastic time of the year. You got school winding down as well. And then you got summer.
Yeah, and then you have summer. However...
And then you have snow.
You have snow.
That was crazy.
See, guys, I brought you something. I was going to bring you guys a snowball, but it melted in here. So I wanted to pelt you guys, but that didn't really go too well. Instead, my pocket's wet.
It's pretty crazy that a couple days ago, I was walking to class in nothing but a T-shirt.
Yeah.
My first time all year
seriously.
Without a sweatshirt on. And today I had to put a sweatshirt on and a jacket on because it was too cold.
Yeah, I have 2 long sleeve shirts on right now. My sweatshirt, it's a hoodie, and I have a long sleeve T-shirt.
You would have that on even if it was nice out.
That's a lie. I really appreciate good weather, and I show it by showing off a little bit of skin. But let's get off of this. Let's start talking about the NHL playoffs. So Boston won the President's Trophy. The Boston Bruins won the President's Trophy, best record in the league, and the Ducks are have the best record, number 1 seed from the Western Conference. So let's go down each of the games in the first round.
You want to start East or West?
Let's start West Coast.
All right.
So
I'm looking. So we're going to start with Ducks versus Stars?
Yeah, we'll start with Ducks versus Stars and just go down the line. Ducks, number 1 seed, like I said. The Dallas Stars moved into the 8th seed.
Dallas Stars are dangerous.
They are. They have a nice young kid who's a star, Tyler Seguin.
He's a star on the Stars.
He is a star on the Stars. Tyler Seguin. They also have a few other people.
I mean,
Excuse me.
Seguin scored like 30... high 30s in goals.
Yeah, I had him on my fantasy hockey team.
I mean, he's a good young player. I mean,
definitely is.
Very dangerous around the net. And pair him with I'm blanking on his name.
Ben.
Yeah, Ben. They're the Stars captain. I mean, they're a dangerous duo out there. They have Lettinen and what's his name?
Kerry Lettinen and
Tim Thomas.
Tim Thomas, a former Stanley Cup winner for the Bruins, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. You have a little bit of experience in Tim Thomas, a lot of experience in Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got Lettinen, who played a great season.
Yeah, he had a marvelous season.
Unfortunately, he had a concussion at one time. But
yeah, that was probably
that was right after the deadline when they got Thomas.
Yeah, so that was a great move by them. Hindsight, at first, they questioned it, but
it turned out to be the right move.
lucky, I guess.
Yeah, seriously.
So we got that matchup.
But
Seguin actually had 37 points, 37 goals.
37 goals, yeah.
I mean, but they're going against a high-power offense in the Ducks.
Yep,
with
led
Corey
by
Perry, Ryan Getzlaf.
Yep.
I mean, those two are a dangerous duo.
And
right
Jonas
there.
Hiller,
locking it down.
Superb goalie.
He's been a little shaky towards the end of the year, but I mean, he's like, if he gets some help from his defense, he's one of the better goalies in the league.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we have that matchup. Of course, Anaheim's going to have the home field advantage. However, I heard somewhere, probably like two years ago, that when it comes down to home, I guess it would be rink advantage.
Yeah.
It's not as big as an advantage as it would be in the other four sports.
Well,
four big.
It depends though. I mean, because like if you get a good turnout, like and the crowd gets really behind you, it does shift. It does shift a little bit towards whoever the home team is.
Gotcha.
I mean, because it's not that big of an arena, so it can get loud in there.
I mean, I can understand that it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but you also got to think these people are right next to glass and just banging on the glass and screaming, and that's got to be a little daunting, at least if you're coming
definitely
down the ice. You got a big 6'5", 250 guy coming 25 miles an hour at you, and you hear the glass getting ready for it. Like you know that hit's coming.
Oh yeah,
you know everybody's gonna go crazy about it.
Especially if there's a shirtless man with his stomach painted the colors of your team. He's got a stomach up against the glass. And then you hit right there.
Like to point out,
and you just see like his belly button right there.
I'd just like to say I've never seen that in NHL from fans.
You're missing out, bud.
Somebody should do that and paint a bullseye on their belly. And just press the belly up against the glass.
Hit it here.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you guys think about this first matchup? By the way, this Western Conference, I see any one of these.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them could be upsets, but I see almost every one of these going like 6 games at least.
That's the thing with hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Kings.
Especially the Western Conference.
The Western Conference is so dangerous. Any one of the 8 have a legitimate shot to win.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, look at the Kings. What was it, 2 or 3 years ago?
They were the 8th seed. And then Jonathan Quick got
all the way
hot.
through. Yeah.
I still remember that.
Yeah, we talked about this before. It's all about the momentum of the goalie. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Hiller is a little shaky right now.
Right, and that's kind of scary. But I still see the Ducks winning in 6. I like the Stars. Don't get me wrong. I love the Stars, but I see the Ducks winning in 6.
Who you got, Atticus?
Me? I got the Ducks. I like the Stars a lot, but I think the Ducks are way too dangerous to be stopped.
Yeah, I think Perry and Getzlaf will turn on even more and just propel them in 6 games.
Yeah, I mean, the Ducks were second. I mean, they're the first seed in the West. Second overall team in the NHL, though, but only by 1 game. They lost. They had 114 points. The Bruins had 117 points. So they're a very dangerous team.
Mm.
Yeah, but I mean, the Ducks did all their damage in the first half of the season. That's the scary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's why it's going to be so interesting. But
no, go ahead.
I didn't have anything I was going to say.
Okay.
Who's the number 2 seed is the Sharks?
No, wouldn't it be? Hang on,
Blues.
I got it. No, it's Colorado.
Colorado's the 2 seed?
Yep, Colorado's the 2 seed.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
Really?
Right here on ESPN. You got the Blues and Sharks at 111 points. Colorado's at 112, and then Anaheim's at 116.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, you're looking at the same thing I'm looking at, bud.
I'm not looking at that. That's my problem.
All right, so let's go down to the number 2 seed. Colorado Avalanche going against the number 7 seed Minnesota Wild. This is the one game that I don't think will go to 6 or 7. I like the Avalanche. I really don't buy the Wild all that much, but I see the Avalanche winning in like 5 games.
Even with their young team, inexperience in the playoffs.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe no Matt Duchene,
Yeah,
the leading point getter on the team.
no fear.
I think with a young
I
team,
sense a little fear in there. It seemed a little hesitation.
I think with a young team, it'll be fine getting through the Wild, but I think it'll get increasingly difficult to get through the playoffs with such a young team.
How many games do you think they'll win in?
How many games do I think the Wild will win?
Just in 5 games for Avalanche, or
I'm gonna say 5 or 6.
I say 5.
I don't think it's gonna be a sweep.
No, the Wild get 1.
I think it's going to be Colorado in 6, and 3 of those games go overtime. Make it interesting.
All right. Okay.
But Varlamov, I can't even say his name right now. Say it. It's your boy, Varlamov.
Varlamov.
Thank you. I can't speak.
The Russian goalie.
So I think he'll be just unstoppable.
And of course they have Patrick Waugh out there, who brought this team almost from. I mean, they were towards the bottom.
Second, I think they were like second worst last year, and they got
and
the
now
number 1 pick.
And now they're second best this year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That
seems
crazy.
to happen so much in hockey.
Oh yeah, I mean, the coach makes a big difference, like just work ethic wise, and especially with a fiery guy like Raw.
And he's a Hall of Fame goalie too,
yeah.
So he knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. I mean, and then they got the young kid in McKinnon, who they drafted with the number 1 overall pick, who's hot. Hopefully, playoffs doesn't.
He's definitely going to be Rookie of the Year.
Oh,
I don't think there's a doubt about that.
No doubt. I mean, he's by far blown away all the other rookies.
Yeah, I don't know what that name of the name of that trophy is.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, but they have like different names, like the Art Ross Trophy,
I like Rookie of the Year.
the
Nice.
Lady Bing Trophy, things like that.
Okay.
All right, the 3 seed is St. Louis.
This is an interesting
and they're
matchup.
playing Chicago. This is probably the best matchup. I say this.
Yeah, this is a very good matchup.
This is the second best for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You said that during the break.
St. Louis, they have Ryan Miller there now.
Yep.
TJ Oshie.
TJ Sochi.
Sochi.
David Backey, and like they're a very explosive team. They got Shattenkirk. They have Petrangelo. I think his name is.
Yeah, Petrangelo.
I mean, they have a very good team.
They've also lost 6 in a row.
Yeah, but the Blackhawks, they're probably not going to have 100% Patrick Kane and Jonathan Towles. But they did say they both are going to play.
Yeah.
But they're not both at 100%. So it's so difficult. It's so difficult to predict this, especially because when they're both healthy, they're both dynamite teams.
Oh yeah, they're
definitely
scary. But I see Chicago winning this. Of course, Chicago was last year's Stanley Cup winners, so they're looking to repeat. And I don't see them going out in the first round, especially against a team like St. Louis which is struggling right now. Honestly, they were on pace to win the President's Trophy. And their last 10 games, they were 3-7.
Yeah,
lost 6 in a row.
Colorado jumped them. I was surprised by that.
Yeah. So they've been struggling so far, and I'm not saying the Chicago Blackhawks, they've been on a hot streak because they're 5-5 in the last.
But that's without Kane and
yeah,
Towles.
exactly.
So,
that's without those two.
Huge.
Yeah, they're stars. So I'm definitely saying Chicago's going to win this one.
Blackhawks in.
Yeah, I'm taking the Blackhawks.
I'll
too.
say.
I like Sochi, but I'm going with the Blackhawks.
Yeah, in how many games? I'll say 6.
I was going to say 6. You stole my number.
Blackhawks in 7.
Okay.
Very interesting finish.
All right. Then we have San Jose.
San Jose
playing the
versus
Kings.
I think this is one of the best matchups. The best matchup in the first round. Explosive offense against a great goalie. And then the Kings playing a physical game. Hope maybe Marian Gaborik will step up.
Oh, Iron Man Gaborik. The guy played how many games this year?
Not many.
Not many at all.
That sums it up for him. I mean, the Kings have been here before. They've been in this position, being the underdog. They know how to do it. Jonathan Quick is an amazing goalie.
Yep.
He can get hot at any time.
You definitely can.
I mean, they're dangerous. But at the same time, San Jose is maybe the toughest rink to play at in NHL. I mean, the Shark Tank is very...
The Shark Tank, yeah.
Shark Tank is difficult to play in.
I mean, they have Joe Thornton there leading the charge. He's their captain, right?
Is it? I think he is the captain.
I think so, too.
They got Pavelski there.
Yep. Who's their goalie? Their goalie's pretty good. They got a good goalie.
I forget his
I
name.
forget his
I'm
name,
blanking.
too. Where is he?
What is his name?
Come on.
Seriously, what is his name?
Atticus, what are you doing?
They also, I mean...
Niemi. Anthony
Yeah,
Niemi.
Niemi.
Yeah, he's a good goalie.
And they also have their rookie Tomas Hertl. He just came back from injury not too long ago, and he's the guy that scored the natural hat trick against the Rangers.
Yeah.
And then he went on to score another goal and put it between his legs and roofed it in the top of the goal.
Nice.
I mean, he's very skilled, and he could be an X factor in this series. I mean, San Jose is notorious for first round exits.
That's true, but I see them...
Is this the year they can put it all together and move on and make a good run?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. I see them winning in 7. It's a nice battle of California there, too.
It is a very nice battle of California.
And then whoever wins this, if they play the Ducks, that'll be another battle of California, too. So that's cool. But no, I say San Jose beating the Kings in 7. That's hard for me to do, but I see that happening.
I say the Kings are going to beat San Jose in 6. And that's just because San Jose, time and time again, have great teams, get knocked out in the first round.
They're hungry.
It just happens every year.
They've been hungry for
the
I don't know how
Cowboys.
many years now.
They're like the Cowboys. Good team gets to the playoffs, loses in the first round.
They don't even get to the playoffs anymore.
This
No,
is going to be a nice rivalry.
But I say Kings in 7. Quick propels them with superb goaltending.
Okay, now let's go over to the Eastern Conference. We actually have... That went well. We have half the segment left. So first we have the Bruins against the Red Wings.
The Bruins, being the President's Trophy, get rewarded with the Red Wings in the first round.
See, that's tough, especially a healthy Red Wings team.
Unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. By the way, the Red Wings continue their streak of playoffs in, was it 23 years, something like that?
Very, very impressive.
Yeah,
I mean,
they know what they're doing in the playoffs.
Yeah, the Red Wings, like we've been saying for the past few weeks, you don't want to play them in the playoffs.
No.
Especially if they start to get healthy. I mean,
which they have been.
I gotta look up to see if Zetterberg or Datsuk or any of those guys are coming back. Do you know?
I do not know. Yeah, I suggest you look that up. But if they are all healthy, they're arguably the best team in the league. They just haven't been healthy this year. However, Boston's been on fire. Of course, they're the defending Eastern Conference champions. They played the Blackhawks last year and lost it. But I do see, even if they are healthy, which Evan's finding that out for us right now, I say Boston wins it. Probably in I'd say this one goes to 7 games. If they're healthy.
If they're healthy, I could see it going 7 games. I would just like to point out though that Detroit has a 23-year streak or whatever.
Yep.
They cut it close this year though.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
They were an 8 seed.
They're the 8 seed. They're the last. Yeah. They're the last ones to the ballroom.
And they were only 3 points ahead of Washington.
Yeah.
They were cutting it real close.
So I mean, they cut it close, but they're in it.
It looks like. It looks like Zetterberg will play at some point in the series. I don't know if he'll play in Game 1, but I just read a report that it said he's closing in on a return, and he's skating. So it looks like he'll play at some point in the first round.
Okay.
Hopefully it won't be too late.
Yeah, hopefully not.
And then, let's see about Datsuk.
And that was Zetterberg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it's saying Datsuk is getting ready to break through, so
So he's good.
I would also like to point out that Detroit is the only playoff team between both conferences that has a negative difference. Negative goal difference.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Good stat, Atticus.
Thank you.
And I think Datsuk is back, actually.
Good.
He played almost 19 minutes in their game against Pittsburgh the other day.
Good.
So,
I mean, when you get playoff teams, it's good to see all the stars out there because that's what everybody wants to see, and they're the faces of the team.
It makes the games a lot more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's go to the next one, which is the Pittsburgh Penguins against who are they playing again?
Columbus
Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets, yes.
Jackets.
Did you say Blue Jays? Sorry, I missed the kits in your thing, which kind of threw me off a little bit.
You started to hesitate, so I slowed down.
Oh. We were trying to do that together?
I heard you hesitate, so I started to slow down.
I heard you hesitate.
Oh.
We don't rehearse. We don't rehearse here on the SportsStop. Nobody has time for that.
It was in sequence, though.
Yeah, pretry much. Almost.
We should have played it off like we know what we were doing.
Man, this show's going downhill real fast.
All right, so...
Yeah, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pittsburgh, who plays no defense in the playoffs.
But they're always a powerhouse.
And I don't think the Blue Jackets have that powerhouse offense that will actually beat them. As bad as Pittsburgh can be at defense in the playoffs, I don't think the Blue Jackets have enough firepower to beat them enough. So yeah. I'm going to say Pittsburgh, and I'll say 6.
I'm going Pittsburgh in 5.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards 5, but yeah. I'll say 6 just to make it interesting.
I am also a bit biased because I am a Penguins fan, but I think they're just too nasty of a team. You have Sidney Crosby, who is the points leader this year.
Malkin. Got James Neal on the wing.
Chris Letang.
Chris Letang coming back from a stroke. Very impressive.
You got... It's too tough of a team for the Blue Jackets to handle.
Marc-Andre Fleury has a Stanley Cup under his belt.
Yeah, I mean he's very up and down. I did get the name right.
I made sure of that.
He's a very up and down keeper. Are they called keepers in hockey? No.
Well,
are
they're
they
not
just
European.
Goalies?
Stop it. They're goalies.
Okay.
They're netminders. Stop it. But yeah, I see the Penguins winning this one.
Okay.
I say that's going in 5. Penguins win.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I think just Pittsburgh's just going to overpower them.
Yeah, probably. All right, number 3 seed, which was, I believe, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They're going against the Montreal Canadiens, a very historic team in the NHL, one of the original 6.
One of my favorite mascots.
The news is right now, Ben Bishop is not ready.
See, that ain't good. That ain't good.
I think I read a report yesterday that he's not ready.
Ben Bishop had an outstanding season for the Lightning. But of course, Stamkos, their captain, since San Luis left, he's
taken over.
Yeah, he's taken over. He was out for the majority of the year.
We shouldn't say taking over because he already took over that team.
It's true.
But I mean,
he's taking the league by storm right now. By lightning storm. See, that was my soundbite. So
who needs to make sound bites when you can just use your mouth?
That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see. Tampa Bay Lightning. That's one of the few professional teams in all of the sports that do not end in an S.
Yeah, along with the Magic
and the Heat.
See,
look at that.
There's actually there's more in basketball than like any other of the 4 major sports.
But that's we digress.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see. But without Ben Bishop, that's going to be tough. The Canadians got Vanek at the deadline. How's he doing for them? Do you know?
I haven't really heard much.
I haven't heard much about him either. But he's a talent, man.
Yeah, I mean Montreal's a good team. Another tough place to play in when they go there. I mean, I say Canadians win it in 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You going with the upset?
I mean, to me, it's not much of an upset, really.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think any of these are real upsets when you're in the playoffs like this, and everything's really a free for all.
It's true. Anything can happen. I actually like that. I like, even though I am a big Lightning guy, I do like the Canadians in 7. I'll go.
I'm going Canadians in 7 as well. I think it's going to be a really tight contest.
We all picked the Canadians?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't think either of these teams...
So that means Tampa Bay will win.
Congrats, Tampa.
I don't think either of these teams are going to make it past the second round.
Yeah.
They'll either lose to the Bruins or the Red Wings, whoever comes out of that game.
Okay, so we have one more game. Of course, that's what everybody in New York is waiting for. It's the New York Rangers going against the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, the Rangers...
Yeah, I hope they beat each other up.
You can be sure of that. That's one of the biggest rivalries in the NHL. The Flyers, we talked about this week in and week out. They really powered their way through their hardest part of the schedule going towards the end. But they kind of died down a little bit. Their last 10, they're 4-3-3.
Yeah, but a big factor all season long was Steve Mason, and he's unsure to play in the first game with an upper body injury.
Yeah, that's true.
The coach is not releasing any information about what it is, but he's not looking too good to play game one, it seems like.
Yeah, so he could be injured excuse me, from the waist to his head. Nobody knows. It's just an upper body injury.
But I'm still gonna ride with the Flyers on this, and I'm going to say they win it in. I would like to say a sweep because I don't like the Rangers, but I'll say 7. I'll make it a very interesting series.
Wait, who are you saying?
Flyers in 7.
Flyers in 7?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Rangers in 7.
I'm going Rangers in 7. That's partially because we're in New York and.
Yeah.
I want Flyers. Yeah.
By the way, little note on that. Those are the games that are the most expensive in the first round. Right? No surprise there, but still, in the first round of the playoffs at MSG. All right, guys. We went through each first round. Let's give ourselves the Stanley Cup final. I know, it's kind of throwing ourselves in there.
I got Penguins and Ducks against each other.
Okay, so you have the Ducks 1 seed against the Penguins 2 seed?
Yeah, and I have Penguins winning. But of course, it's NHL playoffs, and a 1 and a 2 seed aren't going to meet in the finals. So
yeah,
my prediction is false. But I hope that's what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to say Bruins because they're just really good, and I'm going to say the Avalanche.
Ooh.
Yeah, but the Bruins win, and mainly because the young Avalanche players they're going to get a little bit of the yips in the finals.
So you have a 1 and a 2 seed as well. But
I do.
The opposite 1 and 2 seed.
Yes, the opposite 1 and 2 seed. Yes, yeah. But for all we know, it could be like the Flyers and the Wild. Who knows with the NHL playoffs? How about you, Evan? What you got?
I'm going Chicago versus. It's hard to go against Boston right now.
Right.
I'm going to go Chicago versus Boston.
So that's a repeat.
Rematch.
Your rematch, yeah. Now who you got this time around? Last year Chicago won.
Chicago does it again.
Yeah? Wow. You're boring, man. Be original. All right.
Who would pick a rematch? Who would pick a rematch?
That's our hockey segment. Stick around. It's 11:57 here on WSJU. Yeah, what's next, guys? Do you know?
Basketball?
Baseball?
Yeah.
Let's just name sports.
BASE-ketball. BASE-ketball.
Hey, that's a good movie.
Yeah, okay.
Movie, yeah.
I actually never saw it. So yeah, it is actually baseball. Ding, ding, ding. You got the prize, Atticus. So
we should scratch that and do a basketball segment.
I think that's what we're going to do.
We're not doing a basketball.
We're doing a basketball
segment.
No, we're not. Find out what we do next segment here on WSJU Radio, the voice of St. John's University.
You're listening to the WSJU Sports Update, giving you up-to-the-minute stats, scores, and news.
Hello, everybody. It is noon o'clock here on WSJU Radio. Welcome to the Sports Stop, and here's your sports news of the day. Bubba Watson won the Masters tournament this past weekend. This was his second green jacket victory in 3 years. Yesterday, the MLB honored Jackie Robinson 67 years after his historic debut with the Brooklyn Dodgers, as every player and coach wore the number 42. The Yankees were rained out, so they'll be playing a day-night doubleheader against the Chicago Cubbies today, a very historic matchup. The NBA season is coming to an end, and the New York Knicks have been eliminated from the playoffs. This is the first time in Carmelo Anthony's career that he hasn't made the playoffs. The NHL playoffs are all set, with the Anaheim Ducks being the number 1 seed out of the Western Conference and the Boston Bruins being the number 1 seed out of the Eastern Conference. Boston has also won the President's Trophy, which is given to them because they had the best record in the regular season. And in NFL news, free agent running back Chris Johnson visited with the New York Jets the other day. He has yet to find a team to play for next season, so maybe the Jets are calling him, and he wants it back. There are some Haraya the Pan-African Student Association. They have a number of events occurring at the end of the school year, which include... What's the date today, guys? What's the date?
The 15th?
That's
16th.
That's the 16th? All right, which include the Kente graduation, which is May 17th at Ben Hall, 277. A and B, those are the rooms, from 2 to 4 o'clock. And they also have a block party coming up, but that is TBA. Nobody knows the date or time. I'm James Mitchell, and that's the Sports News today. Stick around for more of the Sports Stop here on WSJU Radio, the voice of St. John's University. Welcome back to the Sports Stop here on WSJU Radio, the voice of St. John's University. I am James Mitchell. Alongside me are my partners Evan Maguire, Atticus George-Andrijeski, and, of course, Sergeant Pepper. It is 12:02. Hopefully you're enjoying your lunch downstairs in Marillac Cafeteria. I know all the restaurants are now open down there. We got to give a shout out to nice Burger King. Subway, we got the pizza place down there. Hopefully you're enjoying every bit of your food down there, or if you're listening via the interwebs on the TuneIn app or the website by searching WSJU Radio, or on our own website at wsjuradio.weebly.com. Welcome, welcome. Or, of course, if you're in the future and you're listening on the YouTube. So we just went over our top stories, the first segment. Then we just went over the NHL playoffs that are starting up tonight. So get excited for that. But now we're going to be talking about America's pastime. We're going to be talking about baseball. Now, yesterday was April 15th. The day was 67 years ago. Yesterday was Jackie Robinson's debut as a Brooklyn Dodger. Of course, he broke the color barrier, and since then, his number has been retired, number 42, throughout all of baseball. And every April 15th, every team and every person on that team wears the number 42. A fantastic honor to one of the game's greats, and one of the world's great. He was a trailblazer and pioneer. So yeah, thank you, Jackie. Can't thank you enough.
That was a big squeak.
That was a big squeak.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
But yesterday, number 42 was on fire for the Mets.
Oh yeah.
It just seemed like every single at bat was 42.
He had 9 RBIs, 9 runs scored.
He pitched a shutout.
He pitched. Pitched a shutout.
I don't understand how he pitched the ball and then was able to run to the plate and then hit it.
It's impressive.
Like that. That just seems like it'd be really difficult to do.
It's impressive.
Yeah. And then travel to the other stadiums and pitch the ball and hit it.
He was on fire.
Couldn't
be stopped.
Of course, every player wore 42, so we're talking about every other player. However,
I'll give a little bit of credit to the Mets and it's a little unfortunate that Lagares went to the DL, but
yes,
it was a good thing last night because Neuenhuis came.
Yes, Kirk Neuenhuis just called up due to Lagares' injury and him going to the DL. He was just called up from AAA Las Vegas, and he came up with a bang. He had some Lagarian defensive plays out there in the outfield.
A couple nice diving plays, and then
back against the wall and things like that. Then he bombed one.
He bombed one over the swimming pool.
Over the swimming pool in right center field.
I was shocked.
That was an impressive shot. It was a majestic shot for Kirk Neuenhuis.
We had the game on over at Henley, and we were watching it, but I looked over and I I mean, James, I was like, oh, home run. And he asked who it was. And my natural reaction was, oh, it's 42.
Yeah. And I said, yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I still didn't figure it out until like 2 minutes after. I couldn't read the name because I was at the wrong angle. But still, it was nice to see him. Because, honestly, 2 years ago, everybody in that Mets organization was talking about Kirk Neuenhuis. Maybe even 3 years ago. But, like, he was supposed to be the next big thing. Then, he was even in Rookie of the Year battles with Bryce Harper. They had comparable numbers in the NL. But then he just kind of, blew up. He imploded, and, he just kept striking out and things like that, and he couldn't keep that hot streak alive. But, I mean, it's always good to see young kids do well. Speaking of young kids doing well, George Springer from the Houston Astros, their stud prospect center fielder, he's making his MLB debut tonight.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Maybe Rookie of the Year candidate?
Maybe. Did anybody pick him?
Nope.
Nope.
But I think all our Rookie of the Years are still in the minor leagues. Except for yours. My apologies. Alt?
Yes, Mike Alt from the Chicago Cubs, and I also picked Yordano Ventura, of course, who got the W last night.
And then Holland got the save.
But Yordano Ventura went 7 innings, got the W, 1 earned. Very nice, very nice. So there's breaking news over the break. Evan, why don't you tell us what that was?
Oh, right. What's his name? Josh Freeman.
Yep.
Free agent right now, but he is close to a deal with everyone's beloved New York Giants.
Actually, I just read that it is a done deal.
It's a done deal now?
Yes, that's from Mike Garafolo on the Twitter.
I guess I should look at it again.
So there's some breaking news.
In a matter of minutes, they make it a done deal.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Jets were hoping that we were going to talk about Chris Johnson going to New York.
That's why I looked it up, because I really thought they would make a deal, get the deal done now. I mean, Chris Johnson's starting to line up other deals.
I think he left New York.
I think he
left New York without a deal, so that's a problem. I mean, I don't know what he's demanding or anything like that. Nobody knows really.
As a running back, it's so hard to demand much because it's kind of I don't want to say dying breed, but it's a passing league now.
It's true. But I mean,
Chris Johnson,
he's been declining over the years.
Yeah, and I've never seen him as a catching running back.
I mean, he can,
he with the screen pass.
Yeah, with the
he's a very good screen pass, because what Chris Johnson does is he's got to get out in space,
and
he's
blazing
so
speed.
Quick. Yeah, he's so quick and so fast. So that's why he's not great in between the tackles. But when you have a stretch play or a toss play, and he can turn that corner,
but
that's when he's gone.
Besides the screen, can he do anything?
Not a whole lot. And that's part of the reason why he's been declining these past years, is because when he was first in the league, he was so quick.
And it was
people didn't know how to stop him around the edge.
And it was a running league then, too.
Yeah, but now the defenses have been able to scheme to force him inside a little bit more, and he can't do anything with these big defensive
especially as
inside.
being on the Titans, they really haven't had a great quarterback. I mean, their last good quarterback season might have been Vince Young or Kerry Collins.
I'd probably go Kerry Collins.
Yeah, which was probably late 2008 maybe. And so the defenses have started scheming around Chris Johnson.
I mean, you don't.
I don't blame them, of course.
They had a weapon in Kenny Britt, but he got hurt all the time. So you take that away.
Who's else?
They had Jared Cook for a couple years, who was a dangerous tight end, but he's only a tight end.
Yeah.
So it's.
Jake Locker's throwing at the guys now. He's from UW. Your boy.
Yep.
Your man.
Except I was never really a Locker fan.
No.
But
he started out so well last season, and then he hurt his hip or something like that.
Yeah, he got injured somehow.
Yeah. Which was a shame, because he was really showing everybody what he can do.
Yeah.
But listen,
Can we get back to Josh Freeman really quick?
Yeah, go back to Josh Freeman.
Okay. First, I think Josh Freeman should have stayed a free agent. I don't think anybody should have signed him. 2 years ago, he had a good year. He had 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
He's got some potential.
In the last 4 years, he's had double-digit interceptions, high teens, low 20s, 3 out of the last 4 years, including last year. He only played 10 games before getting benched and then dropped and everything. But he had through 10 games, he had only 10 touchdowns. One touchdown per game. 18 interceptions. So per game, he was throwing about 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. And that's against that's on Tampa Bay, which has Doug Martin on their team, who everybody knew that Josh Freeman was bad and that Doug Freeman was a really good offensive threat. So they would stack the box with 8 men. And if you're stacking the box with 8 men, you will have a receiver open.
You should have
a receiver open.
I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. He was on Tampa Bay.
He was on Tampa Bay, but
Tampa Bay, not the best offensive line for passing.
Also, their competition's Carolina. They have New Orleans down there and Atlanta.
And I mean,
that's a tough division.
But what receivers did he have?
You got Mike Williams.
Mike Williams. Who's I don't think he's really done anything. I mean,
he can be a nasty receiver.
Speaking of nasty receiver, they also have Vincent Jackson.
Yeah,
they have Vincent Jackson.
That's how I'm forgetting that. Who's an incredible receiver.
Yeah, I like Vincent Jackson a lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not that he was lacking talent. He's got Mike Williams and Vincent Jackson on either side. He had Doug Martin until Doug Martin got injured, but that was later in the season. He had Doug Martin.
I think he might have been gone by then, because he was dropped early last season.
Yeah. So his
offensive line isn't that good.
His offensive line isn't that good, but when you're packing the box with 8 men, you should
have. You're packing the box with 8 men, and you're getting blitzed with a bad offensive line. I'm just playing.
But that means that you should have a receiver open.
Yeah, but if you only have 2 seconds to throw the ball, I mean, it's difficult. I'm just playing devil's advocate, like I said. I'm just trying to cause a commotion in here.
It's getting wild in here. You can call in and get wild with us. That's 718-9903-SJU. That's 718-990-3758. Or tweet at us at SportsStop WSJU.
It'll be interesting to see. Let's see how Josh Freeman pans out in New York. Especially, is Eli? When's Eli going to be starting next season?
Yeah, he should be. He should be good by opening day.
Yeah, I mean, he finally suffered an injury, so I mean, I think this is the first injury in his pro career that he suffered that has actually been serious enough to where he has to get surgery. So I mean, I imagine there's plenty of time for him to be back in time for probably preseason and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I mean, Josh Freeman, it's not a bad backup option because Eli is durable.
Yeah, it's a good. I will give it to you. He is a good backup. But that's all he's good for.
He's going to be one of the most expensive backup quarterbacks in the league next to Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
Next to Mark Sanchez. All right.
So, I mean, he won't really have that much impact on the team unless Eli doesn't come back. But I'm pretty confident that Eli will come back and Eli will be able to stay healthy.
Eli has the longest starting streak active starting streak right now. But let's go back to baseball. So yes, congrats Josh Freeman on getting paid. Always fun. Some other news out of baseball. Matt Moore went down with Tommy John surgery.
That's a huge loss for Tampa.
That is a huge loss for Tampa. But guys, so many people the past 2 years have gone down with Tommy John surgery. It seems that almost one from each team, at least, have gone down this year alone. It's crazy. What do you guys think is the reasoning behind this? Do you guys have any opinion on that, or?
You go first.
Oh, okay. I honestly have no idea.
I just think the competition is just ramping up, and pitchers, especially pitchers. I mean, they have to work even harder and try and do a lot more. It seems like now to try and be perfect in a sense, and it's taking too much toll on their arms.
But we're also in the era of pitch counts and 5-man rotation, so they're getting 4+ days off every game. They're only pitching nowadays. Wow. A lot of younger pitchers are only pitching 90 to 100.
They have
pitches.
a little league pitch count.
Yeah,
they have a senior league pitch count. They have a pitch count up until little league, little league and up.
And then you find these guys they have a pitch count, and now Matt Moore, he's probably throwing 100 plus pitches in the game. I don't think he was on the pitch count. He was probably throwing 100 plus pitches most games. and then he gets pulled.
Well, that's the pitch count.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's still over 100 pitches in a game.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Look, we used to have pitchers throwing 130 pitches a game easy. How many pitchers do
Double
that now?
headers.
How many pitchers do that now? I mean, Bartolo Colon.
CC. Felix is a horse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Felix
look
Hernandez.
at CC's arm now.
We lost Roy Halladay. Roy Halladay used to do that every
Roy Halladay
game
used to
pretty
do
much.
that.
He's out
He went
now.
down to
Exactly.
injury.
He's out. Like, it's just.
I mean, but that you
it's
could also say that that's just age, because Roy Halladay was getting up there in age.
Yeah, it's true.
I think it's just a level of competition, and they have to go out and they have to throw every pitch the hardest that they can throw, and over 100 pitches at the maximum level, it's just tolling on a young person's arm, and Matt Moore goes down. Cobb's hurt. I think Cobb is hurt with an arm injury too. Or is that?
I think it's a lat strain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he oblique or something like that.
Yeah, it is. It is a lat strain. I got him on my fantasy team.
Me too.
Yeah,
I don't.
along with like 8 other people on the DL. It's crazy. I literally had 3 straight days of people go on the DL. It was crazy. I had Paxton go on the DL. Right after that, Cobb went on the DL. Day after that, Beltre went on the DL.
Yeah, Beltre went on the DL.
And I already have somebody in my DL spot.
Same.
So I have 4 people on the DL right now. Can't pick anybody up, and I don't want to drop Cobb or Paxton because they were
of
killing
course
it.
not.
Yeah, or Beltre. I don't even think you can drop Beltre.
No, he's undroppable.
Yeah, and he should be.
Yeah, he should. I mean, he's one of the best hitters in the league.
Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's this with the Tommy John. I want to say that pitchers, even from young ages, kids are getting specialized. They're specializing in pitching. So they're just pitching and nothing else. They're putting all that stress on their arm and doing the same motion over and over as opposed to, coming out to pitch and playing shortstop or third base or something like that. I think the fact that they're being specialized. I mean, Barry Zito threw his curveball starting at like age 10, which is ridiculous.
Yes.
You can't do that. You can't just specialize in pitching. You gotta.
It takes a toll on their arms.
Definitely. But I think because they are on a pitch count at 100 pitches, they know that they are limited. So they're going to try their best from pitch 1 to pitch 100 or pitch 110, whatever. And then they're just going to stop for the next. I mean, they'll throw bullpens here and there, but for the next 4 days, they're just going to stop. I don't think you're supposed to. You can't do that. I think, you don't see people going down with Tommy John surgery in the 60s or 70s.
But we didn't have Tommy John surgery then.
I know. But, they didn't. There were a lot more durable
was less,
pitchers back then.
There was less arms being blown out.
Right.
Yeah.
So I honestly say that, with the new age, it has something to do with the pitch count. I just think they're being babied too much.
You think they're being babied?
They're being babied too much.
In the sense of
I thought at first you were
more,
saying that they were being baby about their arms.
No,
No, they're definitely blowing
no,
out their arms.
they're being too. Yeah, they're being babied. They're not being babies.
Yeah,
they're being babied.
Yeah,
in the sense of the pitch count or in the sense of off days?
Both.
Both?
Look
Both.
at
So
Cy Young.
you think they should be throwing more?
I think they should be. I don't think there should be a pitch count. I don't think they should worry about throwing 130 pitches. I don't think they should worry about that. I think.
So you're saying?
I think once the other team starts to hit them, then they come out. That's it.
So I mean, how many pitches is too much for you?
Too much? I'd probably say 130. 130 should be around the time where you're like, oh, okay.
Especially if
not 100, not 6 innings, 100 pitches. No.
Yeah. I think it really just comes down to when they start losing control. When you get tired and you start losing control.
Right.
And a lot of people that happens at 101 or 110 or something
pitches.
like
That's
that.
because they're specialized. They're molded to do that. Let them throw.
But look at like Felix. He can go 130 and then he'll give up a home run and then they'll pull him.
Yeah, but what happens? Like,
Right.
So you're saying pitch more when you're younger and blow out your arm earlier?
No. I'm saying don't. No. I'm saying pitch more when you're younger, yes. Because I say that'll stretch out your arm more.
But at the same time, that puts more of a toll on your arm. If you're throwing curveballs from 10 years old.
No, I'm not saying throw curveballs at 10 years old. I'm saying Barry Zito did that, and look where he is now.
Exactly.
I'm saying that's ridiculous.
But that's what pitchers have to do now. They have to throw all these off speed and curveballs and
not when you're 10.
Yeah, but at the same, if you're going to be a pitcher,
they're specializing too much.
Yeah.
They can't. If the kid's a pitcher, he should have natural talent to be a pitcher.
Yeah.
And then, like, maybe in high school, teach him how to, or maybe middle school, teach him how to throw like not a change up. Just teach him how to throw a change up in little league because that's not that bad. Teach him how to throw a curveball. Teach him how to throw a slider. Things like that. Don't have them learn a curveball at the age of 10 and have him throw that in little league.
That seems like, but that seems to be like what the trend is, and
right. And then the trend is getting Tommy John surgery.
In order to make the major league, in order to do this, you have to have perfected that pitch. It seems like already.
You can't perfect it in 4 years of high school.
Probably not.
Why not?
Because
Steven Strasburg's trying to throw a slider in spring training right now.
Yeah.
Has he perfected it? No, but will he perfect it by May? I think so.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, as a kid, it just seems like you have to be able to have this pitch already,
and that's where your competition's coming in.
But this is also where I think it's stupid that you can draft high school kids. They're trying to get in the major leagues already.
Right.
I think that's stupid. That you can draft high school kids, and exactly why they're starting throwing curveball at 10 years old.
See, I don't see.
Maybe take a quick route to baseball.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't see throwing it at 10. I don't see that as being any different than throwing it at 16. You have more muscle at 16. Your body's developed more when you're 16, 17, when you're in high school. That's when you should be starting to throw these funky off-speed pitches. Don't try and throw them at 10 where your arm is. I mean, I have the arm of a 10-year-old. I get hurt whenever I throw a curveball. It hurts my elbow. So I don't know. It's just that's to me. That's the problem. They're being specialized too much. Just let them throw. Once they start getting hit, then take them out. Doesn't matter. They could start getting hit at pitch 50. Just take them out. But don't have them worry about giving them a certain amount of pitches and having them worry about giving it their all until that pitch, and then I'm at 100, I'm gonna be done for the game.
Aren't you supposed to give it your all for all 130 pitches?
Yeah, you're right, but you got a guy like Justin Verlander starts the game at 95 miles an hour,
and he ramps up.
Then he ramps up at 99 when he's in the seventh inning and he's thrown about 90 pitches.
Even when he's at pitch 115, he can do it still. I mean,
exactly. That's why Justin Verlander didn't get Tommy John.
No, I mean that's what he's always been doing, though, right? Right.
So he's not putting stress on his arm from the get-go. I think a lot of kids nowadays are putting a lot of stress on their arms from inning one, batter one, and I think that's a problem because they believe that, oh man, I'm on a certain pitch count, I can't.
But when
I have to give it my all right from the go.
Yeah, but aren't you supposed to give it your all right from the go anyway?
Yeah,
and
but
there's a difference. The pitch count.
There's a difference from giving it your all, and kind of being crafty until you have to dig deep in and then give it 110%.
So if you tell a kid your pitch count's 130, are they just going to try and cruise until they hit 100?
Don't tell them that they have a pitch count. There is no pitch count.
Yeah, there is no pitch count.
If you say 130, I mean,
I'm saying that's
pretty much the entire game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I mean, what's the difference between saying 130 and nothing?
Because I'm saying you asked me what I think was the max pitches, 130, because
that's like a game.
Because that's a game. I don't think 130 pitches. I mean, if you're throwing more than 130 pitches, then you're getting clocked, and you should probably get out. You're walking a lot of people. You're doing something wrong. I think so.
At the same time, there can be a lot of foul balls.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the pitch overs, which it doesn't take a toll on an arm, but still, it's.
You're talking about pickoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think.
It's just nice playing devil's advocate sometimes.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's what this is all about. It's entertainment. And that was good.
Yes.
Atticus, did you share what you thought?
What, about pitch counts?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think that there should be pitch counts. I think it's stupid to have pitch counts.
I mean, I don't think it. I think they mean well.
They totally mean well.
They definitely mean well. It's just there's something going on in today's game.
It's designed to help people last, but at the same time, it hurts them.
Yeah, it's not lasting. They're not lasting. There's a problem with that.
I think you should take out a pitcher when they start to get hit.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like don't have them worry about anything like that, and do stuff with that.
Good point.
All right, what's next on the old SportsStop?
Basketball.
Basketball.
Basketball is coming
We're
up.
not talking about basketball. I can promise you that.
I think we should. It's kind of a 2-1 vote right now.
I think you're being overruled.
You guys want to talk about basketball?
Yeah.
Basketball.
I mean, basketball.
Get it right.
Will that last a half an hour?
I think we
can
could.
I think it's going to last about 5 minutes.
We'll
Stick around and find out.
We'll get some people calling in.
Yeah, maybe. So stick around and find out what we talk about next segment here on the Sports Stop on WSJU Radio, the voice of St. John's University.
You're listening to the WSJU Sports Update, giving you up-to-the-minute stats, scores, and news.
Hello, everybody. It is 12:29 here on WSJU Radio, and here's your sports news of the day. Bubba Watson won the Masters tournament this past weekend. This was his second green jacket victory in 3 years. That was my Masters voice, by the way. That was my Jim Nantz voice for the golf news. Yesterday, the MLB honored Jackie Robinson, 67 years after his historic debut with the Brooklyn Dodgers, as every player and coach wore the number 42 on the field last night, or today, because the games was rained out last night. Like the Yankees, they were rained out last night, so they'll be playing a day-night doubleheader against the Chicago Cubbies today. The NBA season is coming to an end, and the New York Knicks have been eliminated from the playoffs. This is the first time in Carmelo Anthony's career that he hasn't made the playoffs. The NHL playoffs are all set, with the Anaheim Ducks being the number 1 seed out of the Western Conference, and the Boston Bruins being the number 1 seed out of the Eastern Conference. Boston also has won the President's Trophy, which is given to them because they had the best record in the regular season. In NFL news, free agent running back Chris Johnson visited with the New York Jets the other day. He has yet to find a team to play for next season, so possibly the Jets may find a new running back in the upcoming days. There was a Youth at Risk video competition, YAR. The prize for the winner will be tickets to the YAR fundraiser on May 9th, a meet and greet with the celebrity judges. Their video will be performed at the event and at the Battle of the Voices. Now, to submit your video, the video must be 3 to 5 minutes long. It must feature the mission of the Youth at Risk program, and you have to post the video on YouTube and send the link at lockedonriskleadership@gmail.com. That is due April 20th, so that's coming up really fast. I'm James Mitchell, and that was your sports news of the day. Stick around for more of the Sports Up on WSJU Radio. We got about a half hour, so you don't want to go wait.
Welcome back to the Sports Stop. James? Atticus? Yeah. Evan?
Okay. All right, fellas. Let's go! In the mind of the back said everyone attack and it turned into a ballroom blitz. And the girl in the corner said, boy, I wanna warn you, it'll turn into a ballroom blitz. Ballroom blitz. Ballroom blitz.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to the Sports Stop here on WSJU Radio. It is 12:32. I am James Mitchell. Alongside me are my partners, Evan Maguire and Atticus George-Andrijeski. You can call in at 718-990-3SJU. That's 718-990-3758. Or you can tweet at us at SportsStop WSJU. All right, so before we get into whatever we're talking about next, either basketball, BASE-ketball, I don't know what we're going to be talking about. Let's do what's always fun for us, and that is this upcoming segment right here. Here we go. There it is. The Dum-Dums. Guys, you got a Dum-Dum?
I do have a dum-dum.
All right, what's your Dum-Dum, Atticus?
My dum-dum is Evan Fournier. I think it's Fournier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being crossed and then spun on the baseline by Chris Paul. If you haven't seen the video yet, we'll post it on the Twitters. It is nasty. A lot of people are saying that it reminds them of the Michael Jordan baseline spin and where he dunks on Patrick Ewing, but Chris Paul didn't dunk it because he's only like 5'10".
But he tries.
But he tries. But he had a nice reverse layup. But he did have a nasty spin that just left Evan Fournier lost. He was like, where did Chris Paul go?
Okay, so Evan Fournier.
Yeah.
The Dum-Dum. Evan, you got one?
Yeah, my dum-dum has to go to Chris Paul, or not Chris Paul,
Ha.
Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce being completely crossed over by Shumpert last night in the Knicks game. Like, he broke his ankle pretty bad.
He did not break his ankle. Don't worry, Brooklyn Nets fans. It
was Shumpert that did it to him.
Yeah.
Come on.
My favorite headline for that is Imran Shumpert's crossover puts Paul Pierce to bed for the night. And then it has a gif of it, and then it says, night, night, truth.
Oh, yeah, man.
Paul Pierce gets crossed over too much.
He's 36. He's a
like,
little too
He
slow
went
now.
flying to the ground.
I mean, I think he tripped a little
He
bit.
might
I
have
think he
tripped
was
a little
already
bit.
like going, and then he tripped,
Yeah.
and then he was definitely gone.
Yeah, he was done. He gone.
Oh, he gone.
So, my dum-dum goes to Paul Pierce.
Now, what is your dum-dum, Jim?
My
I think
dum-dum-
this is the best one.
I looked this up this morning. My Dum-Dum is this guy, a college lecturer in Andover in the United Kingdom. It does not have his name. His name is
good reasons.
probably for good reasons, yes. However, he saw the face of Rory McIlroy in a Danish pastry. All right? He saw the face of Rory McIlroy in a Danish pastry. And there's a picture
it
right
actually
there.
kind of looks like Rory McIlroy.
There's
too.
a slight resemblance
yeah.
in his Danish pastry.
Okay,
It actually looks very delicious.
So
though.
he saw that before the Masters. Therefore, he's like, oh my goodness, this is a sign.
How much did he bet on him?
I was just gonna say, did he bet money on them? On Rory? Because he should have.
He bet a lot of money on Rory McIlroy.
Oh, God.
He bet $1,700 for him to win the Masters.
Oh,
If Rory won, he would have won $20,000.
that's it.
I mean that's a pretty good payout. That's a pretty good payout.
Actually, his name is Rob Price.
Oh, I feel bad for Rob Price.
He tweeted the picture and everything, which is hilarious. So he bet $1,700 on Rory McIlroy to win the Masters.
1,700. I thought you meant like.
It's like 1,700.
I thought you meant 17,000.
No, $1,700.
That's why I said it wasn't that big of a payout.
Yeah.
No,
I was
yeah.
like 17,000 to only get. That's not much.
Yeah. So
Okay, so that is a decent. payout.
so I mean, it's cool that you see people's like there was of course the face of Jesus and a piece of toast and things like that. But I mean, nobody bet on Jesus. So Rob Price.
Well, I mean, how do you bet on Jesus?
How can't you bet on Jesus?
That is the
Rob
question.
Price. You are my dum-dum. I apologize, but that is really cool. That's a really that's really funny.
That will be on our Twitter page.
Oh yeah. With the hat and everything, man. Like it looks like he's wearing a ball cap, a golf hat. You know, it's really funny. All right, so those are our dum-dums of the day. So I have on the rundown, I have basketball being the next thing we talk about. The NBA.
No, wait. I think we changed that to BASE-ketball.
However, we apparently changed that to BASE-ketball. So, fellas,
It's all about
what is going on in the basketball world?
Well, the basketball league is no longer around.
I think we should bring it back to St. John's, though.
So we should bring it back to St. I mean, it's easy to make it court. All you need is a free throw line and a basket or and a hoop.
For those of us,
and bases.
And,
But
I mean, anything can be bases these days.
Yeah.
I mean, we go out on the great lawn, play wiffle ball. We get a couple sticks, throw it down. If there's a water bottle, throw that down. I mean,
Pencils.
We got bases. We got bases anyway.
so that's all we need. All we need is a hoop, and then we can even draw a free throw line. And then you got the psych out box.
now
Oh, yeah,
hang on.
definitely psych out
For
box.
those of us who don't know what basketball is,
Everyone knows what basketball is. Except
I
for
do
you.
not know what
It's just a
basketball is.
combination between basketball and baseball.
Now, what are the rules of this game?
You have to shoot a free throw, right?
Okay.
And a member of the opposing team can psych you out. Right? They can do anything
They
to
can
psych you out. They can't touch you.
They can say anything, though.
They can say anything they want to try
Okay.
and psych you out. And if you hit that, what?
Like a couple of yo mama jokes?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Or
If you-
squeak jokes.
Or a squeak joke.
Nobody knows what that is.
Everyone knows what that is.
All right, I don't know what that is.
I believe if you make the shot, you get on base, right?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
if you can step back and you can go for aren't there different levels?
Yeah, there are different levels of shooting.
You can go for a single, double, triple home run kind of thing.
Yeah.
How confident you are at shooting.
Now, how is this scored? Is it scored per basket, or
No, it's
is
per
it?
No,
run.
it's run.
It's runs.
Okay.
'Cause
You run
you're
the
putting
bases.
somebody on the base.
Okay, now you put somebody on the base by shooting
Yeah.
a basket.
Yeah.
So let's say I shoot for a single. I'm assuming the single line is
Free throw.
shorter.
Is a free throw line.
Is a free throw, and then you have a home run is like half court or something like that.
I don't remember how far it is.
Okay, but it's a farther distance. Okay, so let's say the three of us, and we get some other person. We play this game. We're on a team,
Okay.
and so all of us make a free throw. We're putting the bases loaded. We have
Yeah.
the bases loaded.
Yeah.
How many outs are there? 3 outs.
Yeah.
If you miss a shot, it's an out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and then there's double plays and double taps and a whole bunch of other stuff that is involved too. You need to watch the movie.
Okay, so
It's
there
golden.
are 3 spaces for singles, which is the free throw distance, 2 spaces for doubles between free throw and 3-point line, and 1 space for a triple, which is at the 3-point line.
Okay, and it looks like the home run's the
Yeah, it's at half court.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, pretty much, yeah. If you miss a shot, it's an out. If your shot bounces off the rim, you're allowed to make a putback.
And then if you miss the put
Like in
back-
21.
yeah,
Exactly.
And then if you miss the put out, the other team, the defending team, can go for a double play.
Now, how would you do that?
It's the same thing. You just try and put it back in.
Yeah,
Oh,
which will be 2 outs.
Yeah, and that's a double play.
Gotcha.
See, I mean, basketball.
You have to watch it.
You have
It's
to.
2 of the greatest comedy writers of all time.
Okay. Now, we spent 10 minutes on that, so that's double to what I thought we'd spend on it.
See? I mean, we can make this. We can make this a segment.
All right.
We can do it.
We're not going to make basketball.
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 You got to get it right.
There are 4 major sports out there.
Basketball should be the 5th.
Basketball, basketball, baseball, football.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Poor Evan. Okay.
Okay. That
Um,
works too.
so, let's go to a real sport in the NBA.
Yes.
Last game of the season's tonight. Of course, we all know that the New York Knickerbockers are not making the playoffs.
Just missed the playoffs.
Oh,
Hey, they just blew out your Nets last night.
and who played for? Not we rested. We rested 4 players.
Except for Paul
hey,
Pierce,
Paul
who
Pierce got crossed.
crossed.
I don't really care. The Knicks are out.
That's true. They are
Yeah.
out.
It's more. I mean, all right. Congratulations. You can blow out a team that doesn't really care what happens in that
True.
game.
What? They pretty much... I don't think technically they locked the 5th seed yet.
I think
But-
no, they have. Wait,
I-
they're 1 game ahead of Washington right now.
Okay.
To be honest, who's the 3rd seed? Toronto.
Yeah,
I mean,
they would actually be better off
Yeah.
probably getting the 6th
Yeah,
seed
exactly.
than the 5 seed.
because then they wouldn't have to play the Heat or the Heat in the next round or the Pacers in the next round.
I mean, I would much rather play the Pacers
Yeah,
than
so
the
I-
Heat.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
gue-
the
I guess-
Pacers have been
I guess
awful lately.
I guess there is an advantage of finishing in the 5th seed in that sense if they can get through the Bulls.
Yeah,
True. Wait a minute. The Pacers won.
The Pacers
They
clinched.
clinched the clinched the top
one
spot.
seed. Yeah,
Very
which
good.
is incredible for them only being 4-6 in the last 10 games. But that's because Miami's been 5-5.
Gotcha.
which isn't very good either.
So, all right, for those of you who don't know, it's Indiana, the Pacers. Then you got the Heat, the Raptors, Bulls. Those are the top 4. Then you got the Nets. The
Wizards.
The Wizards, yeah.
Bobcats.
And then you got the Hawks. Those are the bottom 4. None of those are locked in yet. Like we said, Washington could jump Brooklyn, I believe, or things
Charlotte
like that.
could drop Washington.
That's right.
Washington.
But those are 4 teams that you'll see in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Toronto and Chicago are also tied right now. So one of them could get the 4 seed, one of them could get the 3 seed.
Yes.
They both play tonight, too.
Wait, though. Hang on. Aren't there divisions?
No.
There aren't divisions in basketball?
Well, there
anymore?
are divisions, but the divisions don't matter.
I thought if you win your division, you automatically get one of the top 3.
It's not like that. I think it goes by record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not
Top
it's
4?
Not like NHL.
Hang on, we got Shea Omanara. Come in. Yep. Just open that door. Here, we're gonna put you on mic 5, Shea. How's it going, bud?
It's going well.
That's good.
Just got a class early,
This
so
is
very
nice.
nice.
It's like a nice little reunion.
It is a reunion.
If Evan wasn't here. So yeah, all right, Shea. What's going on with basketball? If you win your division, what happens?
If you win your division, you're automatically in the top 4.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
the
but
divisions
top 4.
do matter.
So Chicago
Yeah.
could still jump Toronto, though.
So
Because-
the why means that you won your division.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Oh,
Chicago,
okay.
because,
Chicago could
because
still
Toronto
jump.
wins, they're in the top 4.
Yeah.
Chicago could still win and get 3rd.
Okay,
seed.
I got you now. All right, now let's go to the West right now.
Yeah. The West is the best.
By the way, Shea, what do you think about your Hawks making it to? I know you're a Celtics fan, but you're from.
I'm
Atlanta.
a Hawks fan as well.
Yeah, you're from
I'm
Atlanta.
both.
So how do you feel about them beating out the Knickerbockers?
I feel it was great for the Hawks to come up like that and get important wins. They were motivated by Danny Ferry saying Danny Ferry said to the Hawks that they're not a playoff team. Danny Ferry, by the way, is the Hawks general manager.
Yeah, it sounded like he didn't want to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to tank for Wiggins.
Actually, I just think it was motivation just for the Hawks players that when he said that, when he told the players that they're not a playoff team, it was motivation to prove Danny Ferry wrong.
Okay.
And then it was also very convenient for the Knicks to lose all their important games.
Yes,
And
very
Hawks
convenient.
went to the playoffs.
Best part about the Knicks losing all their games, they don't even have a draft pick this year.
They don't.
Yeah.
They go to the Denver Nuggets.
Wow,
That's the best part.
right. That's a shame. Man.
I mean, the thing with Atlanta not tanking, it doesn't really matter because this draft class is so deep. There's so many great players that are
Nuggets
coming into the draft this
The
year.
Nuggets are going to have a good draft.
They are.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to have an even better draft. I didn't think the Knicks were going to have a winning streak that would even get them in playoff contention.
Well, in playoff contention, they're still going to have the top 5 pick. Like,
Who, the Knicks?
yeah, I mean,
The Knicks will have a lottery pick.
Yeah, they'll
but
have like a late lottery pick. Yeah.
All right.
how bad? I mean, there's
Go
not
ahead.
many teams better than or worse than the Knicks are.
Oh, there's a lot of
There's
teams this year.
7.
This year.
7.
Yeah, there's only 7.
Wait, no, because the Western Conference, there's 11.
Okay.
This is
Yeah.
tank. This is tank season this year.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
you got
This is 10
Philly,
season.
you got
The Knicks
Milwaukee,
didn't get
you
that
got
memo,
Lakers,
though.
you got the Utah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
surprisingly,
Knicks
the
forgot they
Lakers.
didn't have a draft pick, so they couldn't tank.
Can you name a starter on the Lakers right now, James?
Yes.
Isn't Nick Young a 6-man?
No, I think he's starting for them.
Oh, did you want me to
Yeah,
say?
I wanted you to name a starter.
One that's going to be playing tonight?
Yeah.
All right.
No looking on the computer or anything.
Who's that guy? How about Nick Young? Yeah,
Well,
he's a starter.
I already just mentioned him.
Yeah, that's
We're going to consider him a 6-man, so no.
okay. Come on. Here,
His
let's
name
see.
rhymes with Jody Speaks.
Kobe Bryant.
Is Marshall
Out for the
starting
year.
for them?
Kendall Marshall? Yeah.
Is he starting?
There's Ryan Kelly,
I don't
Jay
know.
Hill.
I don't know if there's any other point guard on that roster that's not injured right now.
I'm very
Yeah.
impressed.
All right, when was the last time? When was the last time Lakers didn't make the playoffs?
Ryan Kelly starting?
Last time Lakers didn't make playoffs was when Rudy Tomjanovich was a head coach, and that was in 2005, 2006.
Wow. All right, now Shay, I have a very important question for you. I know you're a Hawks fan, so I'm sure you're going to be rooting for them in the playoffs.
Of course, even though I know they're going to lose in the first round, but
All right,
of course.
if that happens, are you going to go for Brooklyn? You got Paul Pierce,
Noah,
Celtic fan
I
favorite
was
for those
happy
years.
when the trade happened, when they got Kevin Garnett, and I wasn't happy. I was like, no, the Celtics reign is over. But then again, I was also happy for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, just for them as players. So like, they might have a chance of winning a championship.
Right.
But just after this year, after Brook Lopez went out for the season,
Yeah.
they're not performing up to expectations. I feel like they're not a championship contender. So honestly, after the Hawks gets eliminated, I'm pretty indifferent because I don't think they're going to go far anyways.
Okay, I got you.
They're going to lose to Chicago, matter of fact, in the first round.
See, I felt that was a necessary question. All right, go back. Let's talk about a little bit about the Western Conference. We have the Spurs, of course. They had an 18-game winning streak earlier this year.
19.
19?
Well, 19,
I
yeah.
apologize. So they're the number one seed by far. They're the best team in the league, regular season-wise. Then you got OKC.
Kevin Durant, 41 straight games to 25 points to pass Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Averaging 32 points per game.
Probably the MVP.
Yeah,
probably.
He deserves
should
it.
be.
It'll
The
be an
margin,
outrage if he's not.
That's right.
the margin between him and the next leading scorer, which is Carmelo right now, who has he's averaging 28 points, is the largest margin between the 1 and 2 scorers since like 15 years or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Then you got the other LA team, the Clippers, with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin.
Franchise record over there for most
Yeah,
wins.
57
Yep,
wins.
57. They got the 3 seed. Then you got the Houston Rockets, newly acquired Dwight Howard on the team. Jeremy Lin, New York's fan favorite. That rounds out the top 4. Then bottom 4 is number 5 seed Portland, Trailblazers. Then you got Golden State Warriors. Then you got the Dallas Mavericks. Then you got the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, Phoenix just
Yeah.
missed out. By what,
They
2
put
games?
together a
2
great
games,
run.
yeah.
They had a
They
great
played
season.
And they're,
Memphis on
they're
Monday,
exciting
too.
to watch.
They are. And they're a team that were supposed to be tanking this year. They're a team
Yeah.
that was supposed to be getting a top 5 pick.
I mean, once they traded away Gortat, I was like, all right, done. And
Yeah.
Gortat was the one player that really had good value, and they traded him. I was like, okay.
Don't ask me to name
But-
the starter for the Suns.
But
I can't.
Suns general manager Ryan McDonough, he's the executive of the year. He has to
Oh,
be.
absolutely.
He's had a great year. I mean, Eric Bledsoe and Goran Dragic up top are having phenomenal years.
Gerald Green.
Even
Gerald
without Eric Bledsoe, they were still
Yeah.
winning.
Gerald Green's just a really fun player to watch. 'cause
Yeah.
he
The
can
Morris
jump like
twins.
crazy.
He's finally
always dunking on
he's
people.
28 years old, I believe, right now, and he's finally put it together. He's finally the player that people thought he was going to be coming out of high school.
Yeah.
Finally. But let's go back to the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
You guess what team also had their franchise record for most
Toronto
wins?
with 48.
Yes, with 48 wins.
48 wins was their franchise record. I mean, they've only been around for 15 years, but still, 48.
And that's 15 games over 500.
Yeah, is a franchise record.
Wow.
They had Chris Bosh. They even get that much wins with Chris
Vince
Bosh.
Carter back in the day.
Vince Carter. Who else? Doug Christie, Marcus Camby. And they still couldn't get at least 48
And
wins.
now who's on their team and they get 48 wins?
Kyle Lowry's their best player.
Oh, wait a
Kyle
minute.
Lowry's
Wait a
having a
minute.
great year.
Wait a minute.
He is having a great year.
Wait
but
a minute. I have a Raptor on my team. Hang on. Where is
Here
he?
we go.
Amir Johnson.
Oh,
Amir
Johnson.
Johnson,
Amir Johnson.
get rebounds. Yeah, he gets rebounds. Good
Is it
field goal percentage.
Either. Oh my God, I'm gonna butcher this. It's either Jonas or Jonas. I don't know if it's
Jonas.
Jonas Valanciunas.
Valanciunas.
Valanciunas. No,
Valanciunas.
they actually have a
Valanciunas?
very good team. They got Kyle Lowry at point, who's a very good point guard. They got Terrence Ross, who's a solid shooting guard. They got DeMar DeRozan, who is very good and has a lot of upside. He can definitely continue to get better and better and better. So I don't know. I really like the backcourt on Toronto. Amir Johnson and Jonas Valanciunas, as James just said.
Valanciunas. Yep.
They're good. They're solid. They're solid big men. But I think their strength is definitely in the backcourt.
Oh, definitely. I
Yeah.
agree.
And I read this stat on Twitter. I forgot the exact rankings, but after they traded Rudy Gay, they were from the bottom half of the league offensively and defensively to top 10 both offensively and defensively
Really?
without Rudy Gay.
That's
Rudy
incredible.
Gay is a team killer.
He
Yeah,
kind of
he
is.
He's
Yeah.
a team killer.
When you have a player with so much usage on offense, just taking him away opens up like opportunities for other players, and that's
Yeah.
what happened with the Toronto Raptors.
He's a team killer. It seems like wherever he goes, it's just a fail. And then once they get rid of him, it's like, oh, we are a good team.
It's him and Carmelo.
I don't get it. Sacramento Kings, they have, I don't know if the stat is still there, but they had at least at one point they had 3 players on their team above 20 points a game. Isaiah Thomas, Rudy Gay, and DeMarcus
Yeah,
Cousins.
they have a great team actually. Like when you look at their depth chart, it's like, wow, he's a good player, he's a good player, he's a good player, and they're still
below
trash.
500. Yeah.
I don't understand how that's working.
I honestly wasn't paying attention. Who are we talking about?
Sacramento Kings.
Oh, okay.
And just Rudy Gay being
DeMarcus Cousins. We talked about him yet?
Yeah, we just covered how Sacramento has 3 really good players who are averaging over 20 points, and they're still bottom dwellers.
That's true. It's a shame.
Yeah.
All right, so, of course, the season ends tonight. Some people might move seeding around, but like we said, all the playoff teams are set. There's 16 of them, and they're all going. Good for them. Of course, the Knicks aren't, which was really a surprise. Especially
I don't
going
think
back.
it is.
I mean, going back to the beginning of the season.
There was a lot of hype for them.
There
at the
was a
beginning
lot
of
of
the
hype.
season,
always a lot
but
of
it's
hype.
New
They're
York.
New York.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
the Knicks, so there's always going to be a lot of hype. And then you had the whole Phil Jackson thing, and that even caused more hype.
I was actually at the
But-
Nets-Knicks game yesterday.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
Oh,
was
how
that?
was it?
Well,
I mean, it's
Did
kind
you
of
say-
see Paul Pierce?
It-
Did
you
you
say-
see Paul
you-
Pierce go night-night?
You
I
see,
saw him get 3 dunks in one game, though.
You see-
that
Wow.
was
you see Chris Johnson there?
Chris Johnson?
Yeah, Chris
Oh,
Johnson.
yeah. I
Titans
saw
running
Chris
back,
Johnson.
former
I
Titans.
saw Nas as well.
Everyone
Oh, wow,
started
nice.
cheering Chris Johnson. I heard.
Yeah, because
They won. They won.
and now he's
via
out
Jet.
of New York
He's-
already.
Oh, so he's not coming to the Jets?
I mean,
I think he
he
scheduled
left
a couple
without a
other
contract. Yeah. So I mean,
Is
there's
one
still
of,
chance.
does one of them start with New England?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Well, it
I mean,
was.
they got rid of LeGarrette Blunt though, so
They got.
They
But-
just signed
oh, yeah,
somebody.
I-
They signed
he's
somebody,
a,
though.
he's a
went to-
totally different guy.
I don't know
though.
why he goes to the Steelers to become a backup. I understand why he would leave, but to become a backup?
I mean, was he a back?
He was technically a backup.
Well,
No,
I mean,
he was the starter
Like, he
second
was-
half of
yeah,
the
the
season.
second half of the
He-
season.
But
Ridley was
going-
not playing over
They-
him
they-
anymore.
Going into signing a deal with the Patriots, he was a backup.
Yeah,
but
Ridley,
the Patriots really platooned it most
Yeah.
of the year. I mean, they had Vereen, they had Ridley, they had
So
Blunt.
it's a three-headed. So it's like 3 or
But
4 running backs
Vereen,
at one
Vereen
time.
was like the Kevin Falk of the team. He was just there for the receptions.
Yeah.
Stephen
He was
Ridley
in on
was
passing plays. Or
Yeah.
Shane Vereen was in on passing plays a lot of times. He was a good blocking back and a good outlet back. Ridley would fumble the ball all the time.
Yeah,
He
and
didn't play much
then
the second
he
half.
became second string because of that. LeGarrette Blount got his chance, and then he became the featured back for the Patriots.
especially in the playoffs. Or
Yeah.
like last couple games.
What
of
was
the
his
season in
stats that first playoff game? He went off on the
He
Colts.
set a record. He set
Yeah.
a record for the Patriots. I forget what it
For
was.
all-purpose yards.
Yeah.
yeah, in the playoff game or something like
And
that. It was-
if he signed a new contract with Patriots, he was going to be a starter. And I felt like he could have went to another team in the NFL and become a starter. But going to the Steelers with Le'Veon Bell, Le'Veon Bell does get injured, but he's the
Yeah.
backup. I don't know why he'll be a backup when he has so much talent to be a starter.
I mean, you know,
and that was that much
I
money.
think
I think he'll get goal line carries and things like that.
I think Le'Veon Bell is pretty big too.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I think
At the
LeGarrette
same time,
Blount.
they're scared about what happened to him last year. I imagine.
Probably,
yeah.
yeah.
See, the thing is, Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
I couldn't even say his name right there. He's injury prone. He's also not a great blocking running back. So I think it really will be a training camp battle to see who gets that starting job. And I think LeGarrette Blount actually has a great job of getting that starting job. But we'll see what actually happens with that.
Oh yeah. Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what were we talking about before Chris? Oh, you were at the game last night.
Yeah.
Hey Shay, have you ever heard of BASE-ketball?
Basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I assume it's baseball and basketball
Yeah.
put
Oh,
together.
there
Pretty
you go.
much. So you haven't seen the movie?
Nope.
You're missing
Me
out.
either.
You're missing out.
There's a movie on it?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I've
right?
never heard of it.
Me either.
Awesome.
Is it new or is it?
No,
old?
No,
It's old.
it's from what 90s.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let-
we had like a 10-minute conversation about that. Sadly,
But in other news, The Milwaukee Bucks are actually making some headlines this morning.
Why is that? What are they doing?
They actually the longtime owner sold the team.
Oh yeah,
Guess just ballpark. How much you think they're worth?
an
right now?
NBA
What team?
franchise.
Milwaukee
Pocket
Bucks.
money.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Like $2 million?
Yeah, something like around those lines.
No,
Something
come on,
very,
come on.
very low.
Give him like 20. No.
When is the last time the Milwaukee Bucks...
The owner is selling the team.
Wait.
When is the last time
50
they have
million.
made the
The
playoffs?
owner is selling the team.
When is the last time they have made the playoffs, let alone advanced in the playoffs?
I don't know.
All right, just read the stat real quick.
For how much?
$550 million.
Yeah,
$550 million.
it's an NBA
Smart
franchise.
Smart move.
Yeah, like
The Bucks.
Yeah,
Bucks.
come on, it's an
I
NBA
know they
franchise.
got-
Let's
to be
go.
honest,
Come
I-
on.
Milwaukee Bucks are selling.
I
it.
know they got.
Hey.
I know they got the Greek freak. I can't say his. I
Wait,
can't
wait.
even say
Yeah.
his name.
And
But
that's that one.
yeah, but
Hey,
that's
Atticus-
about it.
Atticus, open another tab. Go to Forbes
else?
listings
Brandon Knight?
for
OJ
valuations of the Bucks.
Larry Sanders?
maybe Wiggins now.
Yeah, maybe Wiggins or maybe.
I mean, they won't
OD.
get the number one though, so because they had the highest odds, so they can't get the number one.
Yeah. But guess who is making his decision today?
Who?
Jabari.
Yeah, Jabari
The
Parker.
team is only
He's
valued
making
at
his decision
$405
where he's going to
million.
stay or
That is
enter
a
the
good
draft.
profit.
Yeah.
That
All
is
right.
a good profit.
Milwaukee Bucks. Forbes does all these valuations each year. This is really quick before you got to go. They're valued at $405 million.
That is a good profit. $550.
Great
550. Terrific
And
profit.
guess what? I have to actually present something in my economics class about current events and sports economics.
There you go.
And thanks, you just helped me out with my homework.
You're very
The-
welcome.
The Bucks have only made it to the playoffs twice in the last 8 years.
And they got swept the last
They got
time.
swept the last time. The one before that, it went to 7, and they lost in 7.
All right,
They made it to
fellas.
7.
All right. Thanks a lot, Shay, for coming in.
Yeah.
It's 12:59, just about to hit the
Thanks
1
for
o'clock
having me.
hour. That means we got to skedaddle. So, guys,
Oh, they have won a championship, though.
oh, look at that.
That brings up the value a little bit.
Real quickly, what are you guys doing for the break coming up?
I'm
Going
staying
home?
here.
You're staying here?
Yeah.
Heading home.
Heading home? What about you, Atticus? You going back to Seattle?
Nah, I'm staying here.
Right, yeah, you had that problem with signing another person in.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm going home, and I'm looking forward to it because I was up the past 2 days before 6 o'clock. So today was actually the first day in 3 days I was awake when when it was light outside.
It was very well. It was a good cause for why you got up though.
Oh yeah, definitely. I went to the MLB Diversity Summit, which was a fantastic networking opportunity, especially as a sports management major as myself. Not breaking news. Milwaukee Bucks are actually the 30th ranked, 30th most valued team in the NBA. That is dead last. So
That's below the Bobcats.
that's below
Just
the
want to
Bobcats.
throw that
Well,
out
the
there.
Bobcats are in the playoffs.
I just
now,
like to point
so-
Yeah,
out the
yeah.
Atlanta Hawks, 27th. Just saying.
And what?
Hey, they'll-
Wait, go up, go
They're,
up,
they're
go up,
still
go
in a
up.
big market. So
New York Knicks first. New York Knicks
Celtics-
first, not in the
Celtics
playoffs.
Oh, big.
Lakers,
I
second.
still don't get a
Not
One
in
of the
the
worst
playoffs.
teams
Wait,
in the
how
West.
is Celtics-
Atlanta's a big market. Why is it 27th? I don't get it.
I don't know. All right.
All right.
That's it for the show. It is 1 o'clock. It is 1:01. For Shay Omenar, thanks a lot for coming in again. Evan Maguire, Atticus George-Andrijeski. I am James Mitchell saying life is good today. Let's keep it that way. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and enjoy the upcoming holiday, Easter.